If you've been hearing about OpenClaw and you're not sure what it actually is, what it can do, or whether it's worth your time, this is the video I wish existed when I started. Most of what's out there is either too technical, too shallow, or written for people who are already experts in AI. This isn't that. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what OpenClaw is, what you can actually build with it on day one, and most importantly, the setup decisions that most guides get wrong before you even make them. I'm a software engineer. I've done through the actual architecture and built real systems on top of this. Let's start from the beginning. Here's what we're covering: what OpenClaw is in plain English, the 3 things you can automate starting this week, how the skills and job systems work under the hood, and the setup decisions you need to get right from the start before they become problems later. So first, what exactly is OpenClaw? The easiest way to think about it is, imagine you could hire a personal assistant who never sleeps, never forgets a task, and can use any app on your behalf: Gmail, Telegram, Google Calendar, whatever you need. That's OpenClaw. It runs in the background working on what you tell it to work on without you having to be there. Here's the part most people miss right away: OpenClaw is not an app you download from the App Store. It's not a SaaS problem with a monthly subscription. It's a free open source software that runs on a machine, either your own computer or a server in the cloud. That distinction matters a lot, and I'll come back to it in a little bit. In plain English, this means the AI brain isn't the product. OpenClaw is the infrastructure that makes the brain actually useful. So what would you actually do with this? Let me give you 3 examples that apply to almost any business. First, automated email triage. Instead of sorting through your inbox every morning, OpenClaw checks your Gmail on a schedule, identifies anything from key clients or flag keywords, and sends you a clean summary to Telegram. You wake up knowing exactly what needs your attention. Second, a morning brief agent. Every day at 8 a.m., your agent pulls your Google Calendar events, cross-references with important messages, and sends you a prioritized list of what to focus on your phone before you even open your laptop. Third is lead research and signal research. Give your agent a list of target companies. Every morning it scans for news, job postings, funding announcements, the signals that tell you the right moment to reach out, and then it delivers the research directly to you. The theme across all 3: your agent handles the information gathering so you can focus on the actual work. Now let's talk about how this actually works, because the technology trips people up. OpenClaw has 3 core concepts: apps, skills, and jobs. Apps are the tools you're already using, like Gmail, Telegram, Google Calendar, Slack, whatever. You connect these to OpenClaw so it has access to them. Skills are how OpenClaw learns to use those apps. The easiest way to think about this is a skill is an instruction manual. Before your agent can check your Gmail, it needs to know how Gmail works. You create a skill once, and from that point on, your agent knows how to use that app. Jobs are the tasks that you actually want done. And here's the really cool thing: you write jobs in plain English. You literally just type every day at 8 a.m., check my Gmail, summarize anything important, and send it to me on Telegram. And that's it. The main thing to remember is skills make executing jobs much easier. So if you find the right skill for the right job, it'll make your life a ton easier. You can also do this through multi-agent workflows, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to get into setup, but before, let's talk about what you actually need. One, an AI model with API or OAuth access, so OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, Grok, whichever you prefer. You can also use local models, which is a huge advantage of OpenClaw versus Claude Code. OpenClaw is the infrastructure, but it needs an AI brain to power it. That brain is your model. You'll need an API key or OAuth access. That's just your private access code to that model. Number 2 is a dedicated machine to run OpenClaw on. I'll explain exactly what that means and why it matters in a second. And 3 is a messaging app. Telegram is the one I recommend. This is how you talk to your agent. You send messages just like texting a person. So WhatsApp, Discord, iMessage, and Slack all work too, but Telegram is the easiest to start with. So now let's talk about a dedicated machine, and I want to be direct here because most guides skip over this completely. Do not run OpenClaw on your main machine. Here's why. OpenClaw operates at the system level. It has access to your files, your apps, your browser. That's what makes it so powerful. But that also means if something goes wrong or if a skill does something unexpected, it's happening on the machine where all your important stuff lives. That's the real reason you keep seeing people on YouTube buying Mac Minis for this. It's not an aesthetic choice, it's a security decision. So the right answer is a dedicated machine. This doesn't have to be a Mac Mini, an old laptop you're not using it anymore, an old desktop, a refurbished machine, whatever you have sitting around. The point is, it's a machine where OpenClaw can have full system access without touching anything you actually care about. Mac Minis are just popular because they're small, quiet, always on, and cheap for what you get. A lot of people are also talking about VPS, a virtual private server. It's a remote machine in the cloud. It's a reasonable option if you just want to try OpenClaw out and see what it can do. But I want to be honest about 2 things. First, the setup is much harder. There's a learning curve. Second, you're putting system level access on a shared cloud environment, which introduces its own security concerns you should understand before going that route. It's a starting point, not the long-term answer. So the main thing to remember is whatever machine you choose, it should be dedicated to OpenClaw. A spare machine is the right call, and if you don't have one, Mac Mini minis genuinely are a great option. Once you have your dedicated machine, setup is pretty straightforward. You're going to install OpenClaw directly on that machine. The official documentation walks you through it step by step. I also have a free setup tutorial in my free school community, link below if you want to follow along with me specifically. The process takes most people under 30 minutes. Once OpenClaw is running, the first thing to connect is Telegram. This is your communication channel. From your phone, you can text your agent at any time, give it instructions, ask it to run something immediately, check on a job. It's a direct line to your assistant and it works exactly like texting a person. After Telegram is connected, you can install your first skill. There are a lot of places you can find skills on the internet. ClawHub is one, but I would be careful about any skill that you download from ClawHub because there are security concerns. You can also find skills on GitHub. So start with low stakes skills before connecting anything sensitive like emails or social accounts. Get comfortable with how your agent behaves before you give it access to anything critical. For your first job, here's what I would recommend. Set up a daily morning brief, message OpenClaw every day at 8 a.m., check my Google Calendar for today's events, and send me a summary of what I need to know. And that's it. You write it out like you're texting a human. OpenClaw turns it into a scheduled job. Before that works, you need to connect Google Calendar. This is an OAuth integration, not a skill you download from ClawHub. What that means is you go into Google Cloud Console, create a project, and enable the Calendar API, and they give OpenClaw permission to read your calendar. There are plenty of step-by-step walkthroughs of this on YouTube, so don't be intimidated. Start with read-only access. You don't need write access to run a morning brief, and it keeps the risk minimal while you're getting comfortable. Once that's connected, Telegram is your other piece, and Telegram is pretty straightforward. That one you can set up in a few minutes. Now, here's where OpenClaw goes from useful to genuinely powerful, and this is the capability almost no beginner guide covers. Everything we've talked about so far is a single agent doing a single job. That's a great starting point, but the real unlock is that OpenClaw can run multiple agents working together on complex tasks that a single agent can't handle alone. The easiest way to think about this is instead of an assistant doing everything, you build a team. Each agent has a specific role. One agent does research, another formats the input, another sends the result to the right person, and one agent called the orchestrator coordinates all of them, making sure each step happens in the right order. This means you can build workflows that are too complex, too long, or too risky for a single agent to execute reliably. The orchestrator breaks the task into pieces, assigns each piece to the right agent, and checks the output before moving on to the next step. Those checks are called approval gates, and they're what prevent one bad output cascading into a broken workflow. Here's a concrete example. Say you want OpenClaw to research a list of leads, write a personalized outreach message for each one, and send you a summary before anything goes out. That's 3 distinct jobs: research, writing, review, each one feeding into the next. A multi-agent system handles that cleanly. One agent without a clear structure would either miss steps or run too far ahead. The 5 layers I use for any multi-agent build are workflow, roles, artifacts, rules, and memory. Each one has a specific job in making sure the system runs correctly and doesn't fall apart at scale. I've done a full breakdown of this framework, and you can find the video in our free school community. Single agents are the starting point. Multi-agent systems are where the real leverage is. Now, here's the part most people miss, and this is where I want to go beyond what the other beginner guides cover. OpenClaw has a cautious default behavior out of the box. Something that most beginner guides miss is OpenClaw's memory system. Most guides talk about skills and job. Almost none of them explain that OpenClaw stores memory in markdown notes, and if you don't understand how retrieval works, your agent will start giving inconsistent results on recurring jobs. I've done a full deep dive on this. The link is in our free school community in the description. So a quick recap: OpenClaw is background automation infrastructure. It connects your apps, learns them through skills, and executes tasks through jobs, all in natural language. Run it on a dedicated machine, not your daily driver. Connect Telegram first, then wire up your integrations. Write your first job as a morning brief, and once you're comfortable with single agents, start thinking about multi-agent systems, because that's where the real leverage is. If you want a free companion guide that goes more in depth on each one of these steps, make sure to join our free school community. The link is in the description, and if you found this helpful, like and subscribe. I'm sharing OpenClaw content every single week that goes way beyond the surface level. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you want me to cover next. I read every single comment. I'll see you in the next video.